For decades, people around the world have displayed a range of special powers and abilities. These powered beings came together and built superpowered cities to thrive in. My name is Angus, and I'm a journalist for the Daily Deposit. My partner Sal and I interview the citizens of Super City, investigating incidents and exploits, and helping where we can, holding the powerful accountable. Because heroes don't do paperwork. Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City. I'm one of your hosts, Angus, joined as always by my co-host, Sal.
Hello.
We are reporters in Super City, and we do this podcast, and we just, get the word out about what's going on in this city full of
About
superheroes.
events both big and small.
Big and small, yeah. Well, I'm trying to get the whole premise out in the intro in case anyone's just jumping in at episode 96. They're like, I'm just going to jump in here.
They saw 96 and they figured that's almost a funny number.
It's almost, yeah.
And then they're like, that's my app right
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, so Sal, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I
Okay.
know.
I don't really
like,
believe you.
Look, I want to say I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And by all reasonable accounts, I am doing well.
Okay. That's
but
good.
I also can't sort of escape this feeling that, everything will come crashing down around me in a moment's notice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's anxiety. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah. I mean,
this is anxiety. So that's sort of like gnawing feeling in my gut.
Yeah. That like you're not sure what, but something can and will probably go wrong. Yeah, that's anxiety. Yeah.
Like sleepless nights. This is all anxiety.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I mean, first person to experience this?
Unfortunately, no. If you were, I'd get you to pick a name for it, but no, it.
All right. I guess if it has a name, others must have a little bit of what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Interesting. So who's working on a solution for it then? I mean, it's a
nobody.
They have a name
nobody. Yeah, no, I don't think any. I mean, like, there's things you can do, and there's medicine and stuff like that. But it's just kind of a thing. I think we all
I just have to live with this.
Yes, for the most part.
This is awful.
It is. I don't know what else to tell you. Like like my long stretch of not sleeping while I was doing vigilante work, right?
Right.
Yes, we credited a lot of that to the copious amounts of energy drink I was drinking, but the other major factor was like anxiety of just like,
oh wow,
yeah, not feeling like I'm good enough, or not.
And just so I'm understanding,
yes,
you knew you were having this anxiety.
Oh yeah, it doesn't help.
And then you still made the conscious decision to amplify that with energy drinks.
Well, I figure if I get my brain and my heart going fast enough, I won't have time to think about anxiety.
Yeah, you just punch right through that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Well, and and part of it is like if I focus on doing something for someone else, it leaves me no time to think about or look after myself.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. It's hard to be anxious when you're not even checking in with yourself.
Exactly. It's also I'm realizing now in the moment it's probably the reason why like every like 5 or 6 episodes we have like a point where one of us, usually me, like crashes and needs like a bit of a break of some kind.
Oh wow, yeah, I guess it is rather cyclical.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of your book and I'm just going to distract myself from this horrible feeling like everything will hurt me.
Yes, that's good. So give it a shot.
What have you been working on?
Been working on a couple articles. Actually, I got one here for you.
I'm excited, but also nervous.
But also, don't get your hopes up too much. Hampede at Super City Maximum Security Zoo. Pig centipede hybrid goes on longest/shortest rampage in recent memory.
Pig centipede hybrid.
Mm-hmm. It's a hampede.
A hampede.
Mm-hmm. And the rampage is long because of how long the creature was, but short because of the duration.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the title's good.
Thank you.
What happened at the Maximum Security Zoo? Sorry, that was a zoo?
Yes. Well, okay. So I won't lie. Like a couple episodes back, you actually mentioned that, or we discovered that a friend of ours, animal man, a reptiler, friend of the show,
Oh,
was actually in one of these zoos. So
right.
I, on the down low, I've been poking around a little bit, and while I was there on the weekend, I went on the cheap day.
Of
Which I guess
course.
it's weird that the cheap day's on a weekend. You
It's
think it
actually
was?
rather gracious
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
the zoo.
Yeah, I went on a Sunday at noon, and that was the cheap day. And I actually kind of got to see the Hampede happen. So I figured I'd write about it. But I was scoping out the place a little bit, seeing maybe if there's anything we could do to help our friend out.
Now,
Hmm.
I I have a question.
Please, just one.
Um, Several really, but this is the most pressing one.
Hmm.
It Are all of the occupants of the maximum security zoo sort of sapient creatures like Reptiler, or is it like a mishmash of sapient and the reason I ask is
Hmm.
if they are all sapient, it's a little fucked up to like have an admission to go watch them.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's incredibly fucked up. So I will say all of them, no. Most of them, yes. I would
Gotcha.
say there was one where it was this is a bunch of pigeons in a cage, which is so weird because like
Mhm.
it's a city, we've got tons of those,
Yeah,
but they
why
had a
would you
bunch
go
of
to a zoo to see pigeons?
exactly. But these pigeons were smoking cigarettes, so maybe they
Okay.
are actually sentient. I'd have to go figure that one out. I'm
That's
gonna need to do a bit more on the ground, work.
now going back to your article, the
Hmm.
Hampede.
Yeah, the Hampede.
Was it sapient? Because if it is, that
Yes.
just makes its rampage all the more sort of horrific. Because
Well,
it knew what it was doing and it did it anyways.
well, I think when you're under that much, well, not to, I don't want to bring up any topics that might trigger either of us, but I think it was under a lot of stress, the
Mm,
Hampede,
I get it.
um,
I get it.
and and so I could tell. I don't speak pig, but
Or centipede.
or centipede, a little bit of centipede. I've got a little bit of
Yeah,
centipede,
I
like
saw your Duolingo.
yeah, yeah. Like I know how to ask where the bathroom is, and that's pretty much it. But
Well, don't be shy. Come on.
all right.
You can't leave us hanging like that.
One sec. I think I've got the pronunciation off a little bit, but that's kind of what
If
I
I mean,
sound very human.
if I were a native speaker of centipede, I
Mhm.
probably would understand what you're
Yeah.
asking for.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I think that the Hampede had just had enough, and they were making a break for it. They saw an opening and they made a break for it. And I couldn't tell what they were saying, but it did sound like the cadence of something along the lines of like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Right.
Why aren't you people helping me? Get out of my way.
As we're talking
Mhm.
about this more, I'm actually coming more on the Hampede side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I don't think like. So I say rampage, which maybe I should change rampage then. Maybe
It
I should say it's like
definitely colors the article in a specific light.
No, you're right. It makes it seem, it pre-frames it like the Hampede is the one at fault. That's a good.
Angus, I think I'm discovering that there may be like a bias
Yeah.
that the media is able to control,
I'm
like a media
yeah.
bias that can paint a story in a certain way.
I'm beginning to think that the way in which you and I tell stories comes with a certain amount of power. The power
Wow,
to influence people, and
you
that
think
we
we're the
should.
first to figure this out?
I maybe because I don't think there's a word for this yet. So we should figure this out. And we should, how about this? How about this? We should. Okay, I'm going to put this new concept on you, and I think we should try and just run with it for a little bit and see.
Okay.
We're journalists, and I
Yep.
think we need integrity. You know, I think
Okay.
we should try to approach this with journalistic integrity.
Wow.
It's hard to sell papers with that though. Like, like Ed's always asking us, hey, get some
It's not
panache.
very grabby if you were to put that
No.
in like an advertisement where it's like, hey, our journalism
Hmm.
is in integral.
Into
No,
in
that can't be how that parses.
integritus.
Integritus. Good.
All right. Well, we got to work on this idea a little bit. I do actually have a guest. I noticed you were a little down in the dumps today.
Hmm.
Again, I know last week you were a little down too, but this week, I wanted to get us actually a guest for the show, and I wanted to maybe get someone who I thought, I don't know. I met the guy. I had just a quick conversation with him, but he had a pretty cool vibe to him. So I thought maybe he would, lift the mood up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, if that works for you.
If you had to sort of summarize this guy's vibe, what would it be?
I would say this guy is radical.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm realizing radical has some negative connotations. But I've already chosen that word.
I think you can do a good job of sort of contextualizing radical by naming a decade. Alongside.
Certainly. Like I would say like 90's radical aesthetic.
Understood.
You know? Okay. Yeah.
Like we're talking like neon bowling alley radical.
Neon bowling alley. Yes. Bowling alley vibe is probably a good call, I would say.
Okay.
All right. So
if you said 2020 radical.
2020 radical is just kind of a huge downer. It's a bummer. But no, this is going to be a fun time. And we'll meet that guest right after the break. Is that cool, Sal?
Yeah.
This thing on?
Yes.
Oniric.
Notes to Oniric, Day 1, by Teffer Troy, doctoral candidate, Alternative Narrative Traditions, Université de Montréal, October 12, 683.
Oniric.
Hello, Deirdre. I hope you're well. I'm recording this now because today's a big day. I'm meeting with a talking wolf after lunch. I'm a bit nervous about it.
Oniric. A flame that rides the wings of worlds. A flame that seeks a single torch. The torch burns bright. The torch burns out. The flame remains and rides anew. Oniric.
It's a dream quest. It's a grail quest. It's a fever dream quest.
Oniric.
Just say hi. Please. Do it.
For fuck's sake. Hi, Deirdre. Hope you're well. You're well rid of this idiot.
Oniric.
Coming fall 2023 in the Pod Cavern and wherever you get your podcasts.
How you doing, Sal? You able to kind of? I know we kind of sat in silence during the break, and I feel like you're maybe thinking about yourself again. So I just want to check in with you, see how you're doing.
Well, I'm anxious, but I feel like I'm anxious on your behalf at this point because, and I don't want to address the elephant that isn't in the room, but there's no guest.
There's no guest. No. You probably picked up that my leg is kind of jittery, bouncing up and down.
Yes.
And
it's the different kind of jittery bouncing from the energy drinks.
Yes.
This is more like a nervous jittery bouncing.
Yes, for sure. Well, when it's energy drink based, you can hear a slight hum.
Yeah. Whereas this is more like a tap wiggle, tap wiggle.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little nervous. He was supposed to be here, but it's hard. Maybe he's got to find parking or something.
Do you hear music played through like a boombox?
I am hearing something. It sounds like it's getting closer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm hearing tons of like catchphrases.
Whatever.
Muffled by a wall.
Rachel haircut.
Okay, I think it's getting closer. Whatever it is, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up on my frequency tuner.
Not so much ominous as it is.
No.
Fat with a PH. Pogs.
Angus, do you feel that?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, the room is shit. The room is rumbling a little bit.
Pokemon, the animated series.
Oh, okay.
Original Dragon Ball.
Okay, I like a few of these things. This is actually kind of exciting. Well, hang on a second.
Whoa! What's up, everybody? Booyah!
That air guitar is totally sick.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's like I can actually see and hear the guitar. It's wild. Sal, I'm glad to say that this is actually our guest. This is actually a pleasant surprise. Please welcome to the show, Dunkaroos Blockbuster.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So good to see ya.
We're doing quite well, Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Give me a high five, loser.
Okay.
I was too slow.
You didn't get it. You were too slow. You gotta be faster. You know what I mean?
That's Okay. Ow. You're hurting me.
You can't press too hard on his head. The pus comes out.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
Okay. Hey. Dunkaroos.
Yeah, that's
Miss-
me. I'm so unhappy to be here. Not.
He fooled me.
Yeah, you really got a kind of a vibe here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. I actually ran into you outside the zoo after the Hampede. I ran into into
that place
Dunkaroos
is
here.
all that in a bag of chips.
I feel like I'm back in 1996. It's great, man.
It's
I'm
so
getting
fly,
flashbacks to when I was undercover.
I'm so fly for a dinosaur guy. You know what I mean?
And of course, that's right. Sal, you could see this. Our listeners might not be able to tell, but Dunkaroos or Mr. Blockbuster, if you have a preference.
Whatever you want to call me, man. Like Dunkaroos, Blockbuster, whatever, man.
All
It's
right,
all good. Whatever,
Dunkaroos.
double loser. That's not you.
Right. I'm actually very confused now. But Dunkaroos here is a dinosaur person.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a tad bit reductive, Angus.
Is it? Okay.
Okay,
'Cause-
everybody's got to take a chill pill for a second, because like I am a pteranodon.
Yeah,
Just
of
for
course.
all of you sitting at home listening to this on your boombox or like your radio station. What radio stations is on?
All
It's
of
on
them, if
FM96.
my understanding is correct.
No, so it's actually not on any. It's on the. So you might actually not have a great understanding of this, Dunkaroos. It's on the internet.
Oh, the information superhighway.
Yes, the World
The
Wide
very
Web.
same.
Yeah,
you will.
you gotta surf it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he hopped up on the desk and now he's imitating surfing.
Yeah. He kind of knocked over. That was a pretty expensive hollow screen that you just knocked off the table.
No worries. I'll pay $5 for that. There you go, right there.
Okay. Oh, he carries cash too. That's so weird. Okay.
It's the one with the little with the little bluebird on it. It's so it's so whack.
Oh, it's Canadian money. That's weird.
Yeah.
Which
Hey,
one?
listen, you don't like
It's a
Canadian money,
bluebird.
you gotta talk to the hand because the face don't want to hear it no more.
Okay. I guess then should we get your hand a pair of headphones and
Yeah.
okay. Here's a little.
Yeah.
I got a little pair of headphones here. We can put on your hand.
So anyway, what's the 4-on-1 going on?
Well, I just you seemed like a radical 90s radical dude, and I wanted to let's bring you on the show and kind of see what you had to say. And actually, of course, excuse me, of course you are a pteranodon, and
Pteranodon, yeah.
I know some of our listeners outside of Super City might not really know what that is. So I was curious if you'd be willing to share a bit of your background with us.
Totes my goats. Listen, so here's the haps. So listen, okay, so dinosaur times. You know what I mean? It's just like so I am a pteranodon. I got like a dinosaur head, whatever, like I'll wear my cool sunglasses and I got my fanny pack going. So like, it's all that. And like a little bit ago, we were supposed to have an ascendancy. And then, we showed up. It's all like, and then like it's like, oh, the ascendancy's not happening. I'm totally bugging, So yeah, that's pretty much what's up.
Right. Very dedicated listeners of the show will remember a while back we had a prophecy given to us that the pteranodon ascendancy was going to kind of put an end to existence, human existence as we know it.
Yeah.
And then of course when Sal and I came back from our dimension hopping.
Our interdimensional jaunt.
Oh, cool! You guys have interdimension jaunted too.
We have.
I get it.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And so we actually were gone for about 5 years, and one of the things we missed was the pteranodon ascendancy, which, as some people will know, didn't actually put an end to human existence, but it did bring some dinosaur people, which I'm told is reductive, to this world. So I don't know what I should call it, just pteranodons.
Pteranodon's great, unless
Okay,
you're
cool.
talking about a Triceratops guy.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Triceratops crew, because like, don't even go there.
Okay.
So is it safe to assume that there are many factions to the dinosaur people hybrids?
Yeah, like, okay, so, like, all right, so the Pteranodon crew, we're just totally cool. We're redonkulous, you know what I mean? Just
I'm
like, we're
getting that
hanging out,
impression, yes.
we're keeping it fresh, it's great. Then there's the Triceratops crew.
Okay.
Don't even
Another
go
crew.
there. We're not gonna they are totally whack. Like whatever. Double loser. They're just a bunch of nerds.
Where does the Iguanodon posse fit into
The
this?
Iguanodon posse, they're pretty tight. And then there's of course the Stegoseer, who prophesized that like the Pteranodon ascendancy was gonna be the bomb.
That's right, and he's kind of taken on like almost like a I hesitate to say it's like a religious leader, but he is kind of like this religious leader for some of the people from dinosaur times
And the converts.
You got to listen to the Stegoseer. Like the Stegoseer knows all. Like really, like the Stegoseer is like PBS. Like he's just telling you like how things are,
and you
he's
can trust
total
him.
History Channel. He's total History Channel.
Yeah, and you can trust him.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Hella.
The reason I think Angus is asking is because today he and I learned, or rather, I would dare say discovered a bias that the media can control. And I guess we're a little concerned that perhaps this bias is capable of manifesting in other areas of your influence.
That's a good point, Sal.
That's a total brain load. You know what I mean? Just like, whoa.
it's kind of like, like if one were to have absolute power, they might become corrupted.
Oh, like the Stanford prison experiment?
Yeah. Actually, that's a great, yes. Do you know the Stanford prison experiment?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
You're fascinating. I guess, did that take place in the 90s? I think it was the 70s, but I'm sure people talked about it in the
1971. August of 1971. So that's within the realm of things I would know about.
Of course.
I was born in the 80s.
Oh wow, okay.
That tracks.
I mean,
because he'd be born in the 80s,
you know what I
and
mean?
his adolescence would be in the 90s.
Of course. Yeah. So you're probably like a teenager, kind of late teens right now? Is that what we're...
I'm totally cool, man. Like, it's like, I mean, like, yeah.
Cool, man. You feel free to you can drink that slushy you have with you. That's...
Oh, I'm gonna drink this so fast. Oh, brain freeze.
Oh, don't forget to check the bottom of the cup. You might have been a winner in a sweepstakes.
No, not this time. I know a guy who's like, oh man, I'm gonna do the Pepsi challenge and I'm gonna win that like fighter jet.
Wow. Oh yes. Well, I think was that Pepsi Mountain? Yeah, I guess
that was Pepsi.
It was Pepsi. Yeah. You gotta do the Pepsi challenge, where they get the two cups and one of them's Pepsi and the other one's Coke, and you have to drink them both and be like, which one do I like more?
I would say Coke, but I guess I wouldn't get the jet.
Okay.
I would prefer. I don't have a preference either way, as long as they're flat. I hate carbonation.
I get it, man. Like, I mean, it's like, so for a bit there, they were trying to make like the new Coke, and like I was just like, nah, I gotta drink my Crystal Pepsi every single day.
What is it about carbonation that you don't like, Sal? It's just like
it's too much excitement in a cup.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost a good slogan. Too much excitement for one cup.
Too much excitement in one cup.
Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. Too much excitement in one cup. Never mind.
I don't get that reference.
Yeah, sorry.
I do, and it's horrific.
It's gross. Too excitement in one cup. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're really pleased with this. You can laugh a little bit longer if you'd like.
I tickled myself with that one.
I don't get that reference. Maybe we should check that out later.
Honestly, I'll pull it up for you afterwards.
Cool.
We'll play it at the end of the
one
episode.
of these. I have a series of videos that we can watch.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. What tease them out of it?
It's like
awesome to the max.
It's like a montage of videos, almost like a Pain Olympics.
Yes, good. This is all good stuff because you got to get caught up. You missed a lot since the 90s.
I mean, it's still the 90s here because it's like it's like the dinosaur or like the Pteranodon like world and this world are on different time frequencies. So it's always the 90s.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
What's that like?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. There's a Spencer's Gifts on every single corner.
Oh wow. Or I'm trying to remember what it was called for our Canadian listeners. I want to say it was called Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can also buy like a Yak Back at any like store.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yak Back. Are you a fan of Silly Putty?
Oh heck yeah! You gotta go and like you get it on a piece of paper
On a
and then you lift it
newspaper.
up, and then it has like the text. That was it's so cool.
Were you a big fan of the Tamagotchis?
Oh man, I still have my Tamagotchi. It's always with me. This is sorry. I'm just thinking of my last Tamagotchi. Rest in peace.
Yep.
NSYNC. Simple Plan. But now, this is my new Tamagotchi, whose name is Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great. I had a Tamagotchi.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Dunkaroos Blockbuster. What's behind these sunglasses? You just have a 90's trivia Wikipedia page open on these sunglasses.
No. You guys gotta know, what's Wikipedia?
You know damn well what you're doing.
Hang on. Dunkaroos, are you adopting the pastiche of, or the vibe of the 90s? Did you even live in the 90s?
Listen, okay.
Are you a 90s kid?
I am a 90s kid.
What year were you
90s
born?
Kids,
what year were you born?
1988.
That was a long. Okay. Technically, I guess
He's on the cusp of it.
They're on the cusp. I would make you'd grow up in the 90s, but I don't know. But do you feel
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, hey man, I feel bad. I feel like maybe I teed you up as this 90s guy, and you feel like you have to deliver in this. Is your name actually Dunkaroos?
Yeah, it's Dunkaroos Blockbuster.
How did you get that name?
Those are just the things that I was named.
Okay.
When I got here,
it's a little convenient because Angus is currently eating a Dunkaroos, and I was showing him my Blockbuster card over the commercial.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like it's all that and a bag of potato chips. It's so whack. It's the bomb.
Hang on a second. I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing all sorts of other details here. Hang on a second. You're just looking at my memorial for my Tamagotchi.
No, this is my I have a Tamagotchi too.
Hang on a second. This is a rock. This is a rock.
I mean, like dinosaurs.
And this isn't a slushy. This is Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. Wait a second. Were you born in the 50s?
Listen, man, I just got here. Like the dinosaurs time was really weird. It's just like I don't know. We didn't have pop culture back then.
Look, no, but hey, man, honestly, Sal and I, we really appreciate honesty and stuff like that. But I also acknowledge, you've come to a new city. You should have the right to reinvent yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If in Super City, you can be anyone you want to be.
Okay.
If you want to be a 90s guy, if you want to be a member of the Burger King Kids Club,
I do want to be part of the Burger King's Kids Club. I have all
these
Animorphs books.
If you want to sit down and snack on a McDonald's pizza, that is your right.
Exactly. We're not. We can't tell you not to. We can't. We don't get to make that decision for you. So you know what? I apologize. We were a little aggro there for a second.
It's okay.
Dunkaroos.
It's okay. Okay. Listen. Let me get. I'm just gonna be real honest with you.
Please.
When you're just like the new kid in town, and it's like you gotta be the main kid in town, and it's 90s nostalgia is really big right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah, it's back.
It's back.
And it makes and it makes some of us feel really old.
Could you actually pitch up your yak back so it sounds like you're a chipmunk?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go say something into the yak back first. Hey, Angus and Sal are my best friends. Angus and Sal are my best friends.
Wow.
That's so
wow.
Cool. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did you mean that? Do you?
I don't have a lot of friends.
Oh,
so
buddy.
it's like not all of us made it.
Yeah.
Here from the ascendancy, we were trying real hard, but it didn't really it wasn't what was prophesized. The Stego Seer was like, oh, you guys are gonna ascend. Then there was the Tricero plot, You know,
Yep.
it was bad. Like,
Couple
you know,
others. There was the
The Tyrannosaurus Rexplosion.
Yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rexplosion.
Uh,
Like just like a bunch of mammoths showed up. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they're like mammoths don't like puns. You know, like they're lame.
and Super City is very pun heavy, so we actually had
It's
to.
so
I believe.
pun heavy. Like,
I think.
you show
I think
up.
a lot of them left.
You show up, you know, like, and people are driving in cars, and I'm just like, what is this? Like, I'm like used to like, you know, just running real fast to wherever you're going. And like, you know, like they have these tall buildings, and I like slept in a cave before.
Well, where are you?
I have a quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
While cars are still fresh in the mind, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about cars burning fossil fuels?
This is a good question. Has
do
anyone?
what?
Sal, I feel like maybe you're gonna have to explain this one.
Okay, so gosh, where do I even start with that? Okay. In our timeline, separate from your own, in our timeline, we had dinosaurs some many millions of years ago.
Oh, cool. Where'd they go?
Well, they died, unfortunately.
What?
Yes.
From what?
Some matter of debate, but most people agree it was a massive asteroid that kicked up a bunch of dust and blocked out the sun, caused a massive food shortage.
Snap.
Yeah, it was, by all accounts,
It was
probably a
whack.
real bummer.
Yeah,
It wasn't the bomb.
But those dead dinosaurs, some of them sank down into bogs and swamps, others decomposed over time. This leftover material eventually went on to create an oil, or as we commonly
Man,
refer to it
dinosaurs
as
are
a
so
fossil
cool,
fuel.
man. Wait, what?
Well, a fossil fuel is what we use. We extract that oil from the earth.
yeah.
And we process it. It goes through some science beyond me. I don't really understand it personally. But then we just stick that refined product into our cars and we burn it, and then the cars go.
And it's also really bad for the environment.
Yeah,
That's kind of like the
we're
other
still
like
sort of
double
trying
whammy
to-
of that
Are
one.
you telling me that dinosaurs are destroying the environment?
Kind of like the Stegosaur prophesized.
Actually, kind of. Yeah, they are kind of going to end the
Are you
world.
telling me the Stegosaur was like, oh, we're going to destroy this Earth, and then the dinosaur. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Yeah, it's
It's a big day for discoveries.
yeah. We got a lot of discoveries today.
You know, like, I mean, like, I'm just kind of wondering, like, maybe the ascendancy hasn't happened. I mean, it's supposed to happen in the tomorrow of never days. Like, you know, like,
That's
maybe we
cool.
just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, it might not
Maybe
be.
this, you know, maybe it's time for like the Pteranodon reascendancy, you know, and we'll get it right this time. You know, it's like everyone loves a sequel.
Yeah,
Pteranodon Ascendancy 2.
Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
The ooze being oil, I guess.
And if it actually works, it probably will go straight to TV, being the evening news.
Yeah. And then it'll get rebooted in like a decade, and it'll be.
What's a reboot?
Oh, great. Okay.
Actually, I'm surprised you don't know this 90s guy.
It's not like the show reboot, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah, right.
No.
No. That show was cool. You know, get stuck
I'll
inside
tell
a
you what.
computer.
Just to get you kind of in the right headspace.
Okay.
For me to explain kind of the downer that is reboots, I'm gonna bring up that video I was telling you about, and we'll we'll do that first. But that's gonna do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. For those of you listening at home, remember, try to do the right thing. Okay, so
And keep it real.
Are we going to have to go through legal for all the trademark names we dropped today?
Oh, probably, yeah. We're probably gonna get hella sued.
Sued.
So just sit down here and watch this, and then while you're watching this, I'll explain. Okay, so reboots are basically kind of this byproduct of capitalism. Look at the screen. Yeah. Look at the screen. Those two people.
All right.
Those two girls in the bathtub.
Yeah, it's a byproduct of capitalism, where we take all of the passion and keep looking. That's real, and that's real. And we take all the passion and art out of something, and we just mine it for as much wealth as we can.
Yeah, right.
Just
in the
on
mouth there.
name. Yeah, right in the mouth. Name recognition.
No. Oh.
That's the noise they made.
Hey everybody, Angus here. As always, Sal Bedfellow was played by Matthew Waller. Dunkaroos Blockbuster was played by Rich Hillborn. Rich produces and performs in improv shows all around Ottawa. If you like the show and want to support it, or any of the other shows in the Pod Cavern Network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our merch store. We've got lots of cool hats, hoodies, t-shirts, stuff like that. Anything you buy there helps us keep the lights on here. Thanks for listening.